Okay, so we have this MS192T. The customer is stating it does not run, but when it does run, it doesn't stay running. Also states that it doesn't get used quite often. Every now and again, and he tried to start it. I also noticed right off the rip, we got a pretty good oil leak going on here, or gas leak going on here. So that seal is bad. But the first thing I'm gonna do with this guy, since he said, I don't know when the last time it was ran. He don't know. They don't know. It's not used that much. We're gonna get rid of this. Let's have a look. See how that looks. That don't look the best. It has an awful lot of debris in there. A little dirt. Smells not the greatest. So now that we have that out, you can see debris in there. I hope you can see the debris in there. We're gonna get that out with a little bit of air. Also, while I'm in there, I'm gonna clean up this. Give it all nice good blowing out and a nice cleaning. And it does appear, you can see how that seal is deformed in certain spots. So we're gonna need a new fuel cap. And once that's out, I'm gonna push this to kind of get the rest of the gas in the line back into there. But that's not pressing well. Because that is not the right primer ball. When you see them red primer balls, that is not the right primer ball. I was probably bought off Amazon, but that will be replaced as well. So that's two major components of why it's probably running not great and stalling and not being able to start. So we're gonna go ahead, clean this out, change this out, check out this. We'll see how the air filter looks. The air filter's not in extremely bad shape, but since we do have an Amazon primer ball, I can almost bet that's an Amazon carburetor. We will see. We'll check that out too, just to make sure it's a STIHL. The Amazon carburetors do not always work. These do not do what they need to do. Like, that's super hard to push it. So that's two main problems right there. We'll also give the spark plug a look. Get that right out of there. First off, straight away, this is the wrong spark plug. There's number 3 red flag of why this ain't starting. STIHL does not recommend these tips. It needs to be a welded tip on the spark plug and also in the right heat range, which I can almost guarantee it's not. Wrong one. And that is not even close to the correct spark plug. You can see how loose that is. It's even bent up a little. That is no good at all. So 1, 2, 3. We got 3 things right off the rip that are probably the main reasons of why it's not running so great. See if we got any oil in here. Oh yeah, she's full up with oil, so that's okay. Chain's a bit loose. So yeah, let's correct these. Actually, let's go ahead and check out that carburetor and make sure it's a STIHL carburetor and not an Amazon carburetor. All right, time to take off this carburetor. There we go. Looks pretty normal. And this amazing spot here. Come on. There she goes. Let's go ahead and pull that guy off. Oh. Oh, wouldn't you know? It sure enough is a STIHL carburetor. So this is actually really good. You know it's a STIHL. It has that on there, and it's a Zama. Amazon carburetors will not have that on there. So keep that in mind. If you ever get one, a carburetor, don't say that. That's not a STIHL carburetor. So that's good news. We're going to clear this out. Let's clear this out real quick. I'm putting my fingers over here. Cool. So when you do check to see if there's oil in there, make sure you put the cap back on nice and tight and correctly, like I did, or something like this could happen. Thankfully it didn't happen to me because I made sure the cap was on nice and tight, but it can happen. So make sure you put the cap back on tight, and stuff like that won't happen like it did to me. So now that we've seen that we do have a STIHL carburetor and the carburetor seems pretty good, we're going to go ahead, plop her right back on, move that out of the way, get her in there, right on there. See it's open, go to the open side, just like so. That's in, this presses right back in just like so. Lined up okay. Put that back in there. We're gonna go ahead, tighten her on back on up. So I do have a budget for this. I got $100 I can play with. So we're gonna quickly get, so that's just the O-ring. Nope. We're gonna get the actual fuel pump, and I need the cap, and we got no numbers here. See, we got them somewhere else. I'm not seeing them. All right, I will fix this situation. Now I got numbers. Filler cap, oil filler cap. We need that guy. Oop, not good. So we're gonna start off with that. I'm gonna put a new pickup body on there. Maybe I get my editing guy to get these part numbers. You can put them up on there, or links to them, in case anybody else has a problem of this sort. But we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna have my parts lady go get the parts, and we'll see if that works. And as if on cue, I have all my parts. So first thing, we're switching out and getting rid of this thing, because it's ridiculous. I don't know why it's in there. Oh well, they are cheap, but you get what you pay for, is my motto. See if we can get her just to pop right out of there. Nope, she's not gonna. So we're gonna grab, there she goes, right out. And now I hope you can see that red. I hope I'm getting that in the camera. I don't know if I am, but you can see that red dot and how this looks. That has 2 in there. There you go. That has 2 in there. That is a STIHL one. That is an Amazon one. You can see, very different. This will have a notch in it. See this notch right here? My fingernails on. It's going to line up right with there. So we don't even have to think. Wait a minute. Do we think? Yeah, it should be just like so. Maybe not. Maybe we do have to think every now and again. Nope. Come on, baby. Is that it? That appears so. It would appear so. All right. Now we have that in there. Let's go ahead and grab this out real quick. It's gonna be right in there. I'll just grab it like so. There you go. Get rid of that one. There we go. New one's in. And then all we have left, this guy, this guy. We'll fill her up with gas to see what she does. Go ahead and get her out real quick. Yeah. You can see the difference in them. It gets a nice and clean one in, which is not it. You can see this one's smaller and fatter. So we will remedy said situation. Well, you get back here. Get back here. And put in the right one. Alright, so now that we have the appropriate sized, this is always fun too. I always just put my finger on there if you don't have. Actually, and before we put this guy on, let's do a quick fuel line test just so I can sleep tonight. And they're good. Right up to 10. Beautiful. Now that passed, we know the fuel line has no holes and is airtight. Put that back on there, get her in there. And now, let's present some gas. Alright, that always happens. Blow that out real quick. Now, see. Well, I'm there, no leak. And I've already replaced the spark plug. So, let's give her a test. Alright. These crimes between us. See how she primes up now. Still not priming. Nope, we are not priming. Oh, showed a little bit of life there. We are not priming. Got the primer ball to prime. The problem was that it was in backwards. Mistakes happen. You know, pimps go through these things from time to time. So now let's have a gander. As you can hear it, got that little skip. Yeah, keep moving now, boy. Yes, sir. And so what you seen me doing there was adjusting the high and the low. So what you seen me doing when it was idling too high, chain was spinning, is I adjusted the high end, the low end, and the idle, which apparently somebody tried to adjust it themselves and turn the idle all the way up. You've seen how many times I had to back off of the idle for it to calm down. The chain's a little bit loose. I'm gonna tighten that up. But yeah, she seemed to run perfectly fine. So that was the culprit. We had a leaky gas tank because of the cap, the wrong fuel pump there, cleaned out stuff in there, wrong spark plug. Three things, just those three things, and bad gas. We don't know how long it was sitting for. Air filter's still fine, but cleaned out the gas, gave it a new fuel filter, fuel pump, new cap, and she's ready to ride again. I'm gonna tighten up this, give her a little test, and move on to the next one. I'd say that works pretty well.